like the Goodwills here. I need to go so I can get my daughter. I gotta look for like a little sweater, like a cardigan sweater for her Halloween costume. So that's what I am going to look for today. She had one. I can't find it. I also don't think it's like, she had it a couple of years so far, so I'm pretty sure it's like getting a little tight on her. She needs a new one. So I'm going to use that. Try to hopefully find her another one so we don't have to use the tiny one, even though, like I said, I'm not sure exactly where it is. And I already got her, she wants to be a little grandma for Halloween, so I already got her a little white wig, and she's got like a little walking cane, and it came with like, the wig came with like glasses and pearls, but she already wears glasses, so she really won't need the glasses. And so that is what she's being for Halloween, and I'm trying to find the sweater for that. And I think that's all I need to look for in there. I mean, obviously, I'll also look at other stuff like, you know, decor. I'm always looking for holiday decor. Besides that, I will also go to the Restore today since it is almost 12 o'clock. It's not super early, so I don't have to worry about people waiting in line again, trying to get stuff. I can hopefully, you know, have time to look and not have a bunch of people around. And then after all that's done, I'm going to pick up my groceries, and then Sunday I will be shopping with my mom like I do every 2 weeks. For the other stuff I usually get like Aldi. I don't have to do that today. I'll do that on Sunday with her because she needs a lot of things and she doesn't want me to have to go get them for her. And I want to go to a store called Roses. It's kind of like a Big Lots if you have a Big Lots. If you don't have a Big Lots, I'm not sure what else I would compare it to. But sometimes they have like these really like, and they're actually like nice. They're like these cotton long sleeve shirts, and I usually will sleep in them. They usually have them in like bigger sizes. So I'll sleep in them, and sometimes if they have ones closer to my size, I will, you know, wear them in the winter. But they're nice and they're cotton and they're only like $2. So I'd like to get that. I also got my one of my sweaters from there. I'd like to see if they have any more because I only have the one I really wear in the fall. That's a sweater. This besides that, I just have jackets and stuff like this. So I figured that'd be good, and I can also look on Sunday then in Roses for maybe some Christmas presents because I've been trying to get Christmas gifts here and there. And that's probably it. I don't know if I told you guys, I went to Lowe's the other day. The video will probably be up before this one. And they had all their Christmas stuff out, which I was surprised. And that was like, I want to say maybe, I went there like the today's the 1st of October, so maybe I went there like 3 or 4 days ago. But yeah, I was surprised to see that. But they had a lot of stuff out. They had these really nice blow molds. My parents always had them when I was a kid. And not a lot of places sell them anymore, but they had blow molds there, but they're very expensive. And I don't know if that's pandemic pricing because of the pandemic or if that's just what they go for now. Some of them were like $70 for like just a simple Santa. And I was like, that's too expensive. I can't afford that. So I don't think I will be buying any blow molds this year, but that's okay because I have other stuff. I also tried videoing, which that'll be up probably too soon before this. My Halloween decorations in my house is a short video. I didn't like spend too much time on it, just showing you what I do have around. I have a lot of lights, more than like, I have decor and stuff, but lights, I have a lot of Halloween lights. And I wanted to go show the outside of my house yesterday in my video, because I do decorate a little bit of the outside, not too much, but it is decorated for Halloween. And the neighbors next door to me, they're like younger. They're like probably range between like 20s to 30s, maybe a little bit older. I really can't tell. I really don't bother. So, and we all know I'm weird with my neighbors. I really don't want to talk to them or see them if I don't have to. But there's like these apartments next door to me. They're not like apartments, more like a villa. And that's where they live, and there's 2 of them there, and I guess they're friends and know each other. But last night when I was getting ready to show my outside decorations, they were outside and they have this big projector they put outside, and they had a Halloween movie on. Like, I think it was the actual, like, Halloween movie, like, with Michael Myers in it. But, they started that at, like, 8 o'clock at night, and I was kind of irritated because I don't want to go outside and have them see me, like, videoing the front of my house. So, yeah, but they had that movie on, and it was super loud. It sounded like a drive-in movie theater was next door to me, and they had it on until midnight. I'm just glad none of my bedrooms are on that side of the house, because we wouldn't have been able to sleep. That was ridiculous, because I was up doing, I had to fill my nails last night, and I haven't had... You're an asshole. The person just, like, friggin' shot into traffic. Ridiculous. But anyways, so... yeah, I filmed my nails last night, and I was up a little bit later because I also painted them, and I was waiting for them to dry before I went to bed. And I was sitting in my living room, and I could hear that movie and the screaming, and, like, we live in, like, a more neighborhood where a lot of families live and older people, and, like, when, like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, like, my husband has to be up in the morning. He doesn't want to hear your movie all night. And I have kids that have to get up early for school. They don't want to have a hard time sleeping because your movie's on all night and there's people screaming in your horror movie. There's also other families that live in our neighborhood. The other people next door I don't like to meet, they have little kids too. And there's a lot of older people in my neighborhood that live right across the street from us. So it's like, I'm sure they didn't enjoy that. When I lived in Florida, when we moved to the neighborhood we lived in, it was predominantly old people, or older people. Like, it was, you know, that's the neighborhood it was, which me and Chris were all for, because we like quiet, and we don't like people partying and having all that stuff going on. We like our peace. So, when the thing was, we lived there for a long time. We bought that house in, like, 2009, 2010. So we were there a while, and the older people, because some of them were, you know, quite old, they started to pass, and then they either sold a house or family members would move in, and then the whole, like, neighborhood turned to shit. A lot of older people, like, just not being there and being quiet. Now it's all these young people. There was people, like, down the street from us that were always having parties. There was people, I am 90% sure, that were probably selling drugs down the street from us when we lived in Florida, like, that weren't there when we first moved in. It was terrible, and they were just weirdos. And I remember one time they walked down my street when I was pregnant with Autumn, or I think it was Autumn. No, it was Gabriel, I think. I was pregnant, and I had already had Gabriel, and it was probably like a couple months after, and I used to smoke, and so they would see me in the garage smoking, or like, and Chris used to smoke, or I'd go out there with them, and they come up to me one day, and I was waiting to take my sister to work, and I was smoking a cigarette, and they come up to my driveway, and they go, "Didn't a pregnant lady used to live here?" And this is man probably like in his late 30s, early 40s, and this woman probably around the same age. And they were heavier, and they just, you know, were walking. They looked dirtbag. They were walking down the street. They lived in the drug house. And they're like, "Didn't a pregnant lady used to live here?" And I'm like, "No. Why would you ask someone that?" I just thought it was weird. And, you know, I'm one of those women that when I was pregnant, I used to watch all these things when you hear, like, people, like, grabbing pregnant women and cutting the kids out. Like, I shouldn't have. That was the worst thing for me to do. But, like, I'm psyching myself out, and it was terrible. Like, I was so scared when I was pregnant with my kids that someone was going to try to murder me and take my baby. And that has to do with, like, my anxiety. So, not only that, but, like, that, like, really... So when that really didn't sit right with me when they said that to me. And some of you guys might be like, that's really not a big deal if they asked for pregnant ladies there. Well, with me and my anxiety and the area I was living in, yeah, that is a big deal. It was just weird. I never talked to those people a day in my life. I just thought it was weird. They stopped and asked me that, and then they moved along. And they had a bunch of kids too, so I don't know. Maybe they were looking for some, I don't know. But yeah, so like what, and then the street continued to get worse, and then there were some other people that moved in behind us that were probably like in their 30s, and they literally had parties all the time. They had these big spotlights they put in their yard. They had like DJ equipment, like speakers, like, you know, the ones on the big stands, like it's a big box, like, and it's like blasting out into the yard. That's what they had. And they would literally have a party on like a Wednesday night, not a holiday, Wednesday night. And there would be just this like club and music kind of thing going on. And it was awful. And it would go from 6, 7 o'clock at night till about 3 in the morning. And it was right behind our bedroom. The neighbors behind us. Where they were having their party was right near mine and Chris's bedroom. At the time, me and Chris both worked full time. There was days that I was going to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I needed sleep. I couldn't be up till 3. We used to sleep with headphones in. We used to put earphones. It was awful. I literally was so angry all the time because they didn't they just didn't stop. There was no concern or thought about anybody else. And that's what made me mad. It's like, those houses were super close. We didn't really have a yard where we lived. Like, it was a very, like, smaller Florida neighborhood from, like, the 60s where all the houses are on top of each other. It was ridiculous. And it got to the point where they were having parties so much, I literally had to start calling the cops on them to, like, have the cops stop them because I wasn't getting sleep at night. And they were doing it so often, and nobody was doing anything about it. I called the cops a couple times. They never made them stop. They never made them shut it off. It got to a point where I'm like, what's the point? Nobody's going to do anything. And we dealt with that for the last 3 or 4 years that we lived there. It was ridiculous, and I'm so glad that we don't deal with that no more. Now, the people next door to me, yes, they have the movie on, but they don't do it all the time. I've maybe heard them do that movie thing maybe 4 or 5 times since I've lived there for the past, almost 3 years. And I mean, yeah, I don't enjoy when it's loud at night, and I'm sure there's people in the street that don't, but that's not half as bad as the other thing I dealt with. And all I thought to myself was, I wonder what it's like to live somewhere where people don't do that, because I don't know what that's like. I literally, everywhere I've lived, everywhere my mom has lived, there's always people loud and having parties and music, and it's like, I just want to know what that's like, to live somewhere where it's not. That's why I always tell Chris, when we do get a different house one day, I'm not living near neighbors. I want to live like in the middle of a field. I don't want no one around. I don't want to hear anything. I want peace and quiet. And yeah, that's what I am hoping to obtain when we do one day move into a different place. Is I have a big piece of property, so I don't have to listen to the parties or the movies or whatever. I can do whatever I want. Man, downtown is hopping today. There's a lot of people around. I usually don't come in this way. I use my GPS, and they are always giving me different ways to get to this restore. But that's okay. A lot of antique stores that used to be in downtown are not here anymore, which is very sad because I used to go to a lot of them. But I'm hoping the restore will have some good finds today. Besides that, like I said, I'm gonna go to a couple stores, and that'll probably be it. Probably be it for today. But I am almost there, so I'm gonna get off of here so I can focus on where it's at, because I'm confused on where it took me through. I'm terrible at figuring out things. I still need the GPS, and I've lived here for how long? So yeah. And then I will come back on when I'm driving back after picking up all my things. I absolutely hate the Dollar Tree parking lot. A bunch of weirdos here today. And I know they're probably like, that's not nice. No, it is. They're weird. They were all weird. So, that is where I went, and they had really nothing I wanted. I got a couple things in there, but it was more like stuff I needed, like gloves for when I dye my hair, because they're only $1 in there. And what else? I got the kids a coloring book because they had one that was like about dragons, and I figured Gabriel would like that, so I got that. Laying on my hair. And then I got Chris some hot fries or cheese fries, whatever those like chippy things are. And I got a soda when I was in there. And it's okay. I never had a Coke Zero before. And I grabbed that and I was like, let's try this. It's an acquired taste. Because I don't usually like diet soda, but whatever. We'll see how that... Because, like, I usually like vanilla Coke, but they only have one store, I think, that sells vanilla Coke and Coke Zero, so... I don't know if we'll switch to that. I really don't drink soda that often, and when I do, it's like maybe 2 times a week, if that. So a case usually lasts me a while, but I don't know. Might switch to that. We'll see how that goes. Figured I'd try it since it was in the Dollar Tree. It was only $1. Picked up my groceries. Went to one of these cars. I'm not gonna be able to get over. It's okay. I went to Sally's. They still didn't have my conditioner. I don't know if I told you guys that last week when I looked. There was no conditioner, so that's 2 weeks in a row now. No conditioner. I did get, though, like a little pack for my hair, and I use those a lot because of all the bleaching. And then it's like a repair pack, and then it's hot. What's it called? A gold nail polish, because I have a gold one, like a sparkly one, but hold on. No one wants to watch me struggle trying to get my jacket off with my seatbelt. But anyways, I have a gold one at home, but it's like dried out. And I wanted to do like gold on the edges of my nails for like fall nails, but it's all dried up. And I do have nail polish thinner stuff, but it doesn't really work that well. Like, it depends. Glitters, it doesn't always work with. So I figured I'd just go get another one because they had them in Sally's. Besides that, that was pretty much it. No Aldi today. I'll do that on Sunday with my mom. I'm going to the farmer's market this weekend. I'm hoping we will actually sell some stuff, because last couple times I did not. That was disappointing. It's okay. And yeah, I have gonna go shopping Sunday, and then it's really pretty much it. There hasn't been much going on. I always say that because it's like there really isn't too much. I have some leaves I have to cut because Chris made more tree branches, the towel bar ones, so I drew those out last night. My arthritis, I have really like annoying, it's on and off. My arthritis is getting worse lately, and it's in my hands real bad, and it's in my elbow. And when I do a lot of crafts. I do a lot of stuff with my hands. And I think that's just making it progressively worse. And I can't stop because I have blankets I make. I'm always making stuff. And like I showed you guys that one big blanket I make. Well, I make big blankets like that all the time. So I'm constantly, when I'm watching TV, just like crocheting. Or I'm cross-stitching. Or, you know, I'm cutting glass. I'm doing a lot of different stuff with my hands. And when I foil the glass, a lot of times if it's small pieces, like my fingertips will start to, like the arthritis in my hands, like it just gets bad and I have to stop what I'm doing, give it a bit, or like I'll do it the next day. So that's why, like, when I cut glass, I do it in steps. I'll do this one night, then the next night I'll do a different part of it, just because it's too much for me. And then with like doing bigger pieces, the people that do like big windows and stuff, it must take, I don't know, like I know a lot of people can get arthritis from doing it. I watched this one girl, I don't remember her name. Her name's Mackenzie. She's a glass artist. If you're interested in her, and I remember when I'm editing, I'll put her name on the thing. But I've learned some stuff from her, and I watch her, and then another person that does stained glass DIY. He makes some really nice stuff, but he was learning, and then he was showing people how he was learning. But I watched him a lot, and I learned a lot from him. But she was saying, that Mackenzie lady, that she already has, she's only 28, I think, and she's been doing glass for a few years, and her hands, like, bother her because of the kind of glass cutter she has. She's like a pencil grip one. I have like a pistol grip, so it looks like, it's like a piece I hold and then the thing sticks out, like, kind of like a pizza cutter, but like angled. So that's what I use because it's supposed to be less pressure on my wrists and stuff. But lately, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's because, like, with the holidays and stuff coming, I've been trying to make a lot more for presents and stuff for my family, just like with different things, but my hands are killing me lately. It could be the weather too. I mean, it is getting cooler here. I know, right? Don't believe me because I just took off my jacket and I'm hot, but it's like, it's because I was trudging around the store. But like, it's starting to get cool, and now I think that's what's also bothering my joints and stuff. Hopefully that stops though, because that's really annoying, and I would like to be able to do normal things. Thinking about getting paint soon, since the farmer's market will be over in about a couple weeks. I will have my Saturdays back, and I can paint my house, because my house needs to be painted something terrible. The kitchen and the dining room. The living room needs to be painted, but my main concern is the kitchen and dining room first, and that hallway that goes like into our bedrooms. I don't know if I've showed you guys, like, usually probably don't see it from the way we have the camera angled when I video, but the stains on those walls, like I said, that paint is terrible that they painted our house with. So I really need to get that done, especially before Chris's family visits. I don't want them to be like, ew. You know, I just want to make the house look nice, especially when you have people come and haven't seen the house before, and you're like trying to make it like an effort, because you want them to be like, wow, it's a nice house. You don't want to be like, ah, your house is crap. And it's not crap, but it's like, I will always take little things and make it like it's such a big deal. Things I wouldn't care about if I went to go see like my sister-in-law or somebody else's house, or my family members, where they'd be like, oh, you know, and they needed their house painted or whatever. I wouldn't notice that. I wouldn't care. But me, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, no, they're gonna know. They're gonna notice. It's gonna be terrible. So yeah. But that has to be done. I saw some yard sale signs before, and I kind of want to look, but I also need to drop my groceries off. The kids' schoolwork today was not too bad because it is Friday. Usually the younger kids don't have too much, so I pretty much got that done, and then I went to go pick up my groceries, which is nice because I don't like having to worry about that. I also went to the glass store the other day. I see so many things. See, I say nothing's going on, but then it all floods back when I'm almost home and I'm running out of time. I went to the glass store the other day, got some more pieces of glass because of cutting all the leaves. I needed more. So that was good. And I got this really pretty blue, and I'd like to try to make some snowflakes for the upcoming winter months, but we'll see. I also wanted to tell you guys the table I was obsessed with. I don't think I talked about this, and if I did, I'm sorry. But a couple weeks ago, me and Chris went to go look at it because they discounted it again, and I was like, it's like $100 now. I need it. So I went with Chris. We dropped the kids off at my mom's house because it was like Sunday when I saw it was on sale. So we dropped the kids off at my mom's house so she could watch them because I won't take them anywhere with COVID. And come on, it's green. Go ahead. Thank you. So we went there and looked at it. Not happy. So Chris looks at it. I'm like, look at it real good, because if we're gonna spend $100 on this, and I still have to like repaint it and stuff, that's the one I was talking about, the one that had to be redone. I need to make sure that it's gonna be okay, and all I have to do is repaint it. So Chris like doesn't even care. He goes under the table, like in the place. He's looking under it. So apparently it had like a leaf for the table that was missing to make it bigger and extend it, and it's not Malmac. I don't know what it's called. The piece of the table, like the wood that has the pretty pattern on top, like it's got like a, not laminate, but like a coating over it with the different like white and different shapes in it. It's all my groceries. Sorry about that. I am gonna have to cut that out. I have road rage. The woman behind me beeped at me because the car in front of me wouldn't go when they were supposed to, and they were like slammed on their brakes, so then I had to slam on my brakes. And then yeah, she apparently had to slam on hers. She wasn't too happy, like it was my fault. She beeped at me, you stupid woman. So yeah, and then all my groceries in the back seat flew forward, so that was nice. Anyways, the table had it was like receding from the middle, so I would have to fix that. It was rusted all under. Chris said it wasn't worth $100. He said, like, the chairs were good condition and they all matched, but it wasn't gonna be a good fit for us. And with, I don't think the table would have lasted long. So yeah, but that is so yeah, that is what happened with the table. I'm not gonna be getting that table. Chris said if a retro table might not match with the way we have the house. I want a retro table, but if I can't find one, I think I will settle for a white farmhouse if I have to. It's just me trying to find one, because right now I'm having a very difficult time locating one in the thrift stores and all, because I'm not buying a brand new table. It's too expensive. And the one we have now is just not enough room for all of us. So I need to find one that's got like 5 or 6 seats. We'll see. But I'm almost home with my groceries. Now I gotta go pull them all out of my back seat because they all flew, which I really hope my eggs did not break, because I know they were back there. But yeah, and I will see you guys in the next one.